This message is for you, and God is making sure your eyes fall upon these words because He knows your heart has been trembling, your spirit has been restless, and your soul has been crying out in silence. Don't turn away from this message. Don't skip it. Don't tell yourself you'll read it later. God says if you delay, you will miss the truth He is pressing into your spirit right now. He is watching you, He knows the confusion you are holding, He hears every whispered prayer you've spoken in the dark, and He is speaking directly into your life in this very moment. God says, He is in love with you. That man you've been holding on to, that man who has whispered to you, touched your life, promised you pieces of forever, yes, he is in love with you. His heart is drawn to you like a flame, his spirit cannot resist you, and his soul feels the peace of home when he looks at you. But there is something you need to understand, she's still there. Another woman is still in the shadows of his life. She has not fully disappeared. She has not fully let go. And this is not because you are not enough. This is not because your love is lacking. This is not because he doesn't truly feel for you. God says, listen closely. This is happening because he is weak in spirit, he has not learned how to close the doors that should have been sealed shut, and because of that, you are left feeling like your crown is slipping, like your place is threatened, like your love is being tested. God says, don't you dare blame yourself for her presence. Don't you dare carry the guilt in your chest as though you caused this storm. You didn't bring her in. You didn't invite her shadow. He did. He kept her close in some way, whether in conversation, memory, emotional attachment, or physical connection, and that thread he has refused to cut has been pulling at your peace. But God says, you are the chosen one. You are the one his soul longs for. You are the one heaven has seen holding his heart with purity and patience. You are the one who deserves the full measure of his love, not the fractured portion he has been offering. And God is exposing this right now because he doesn't want you to walk blind. He doesn't want you to keep asking why your spirit feels unsettled, why you feel her shadow lingering even when he tells you he loves only you. God is telling you plainly, she is still there because he has not fully surrendered her, but his love for you is real. He is torn, he is conflicted, and he is battling between comfort and destiny. She may represent familiarity, history, or even temptation, but you represent his future, his healing, his divine alignment. God says, you have to know this truth, you cannot make him choose. You cannot fight her out of his life. You cannot spend your nights in torment trying to compete with her shadow. That will only drain you. That will only rob you of your radiance. God says, your assignment is not to beg, not to cry in secret wondering if you're enough, but to stand tall in the love he placed inside you and let him show by his actions who he truly belongs to. Because God is moving in this. God is stirring his spirit, God is whispering into his conscience, God is making him restless when he tries to keep you and her at the same time. Heaven will not allow him peace until he makes the right choice. Don't think for a second that she has won because she's still there. Don't think her presence means you've lost your place. God says, her presence is only temporary, and the reason she still lingers is because he has not fully chosen to cut ties with what doesn't serve his destiny. But her grip will weaken. Her influence will fade. The more he tries to juggle, the more his soul will feel the pull toward you, because you are the one chosen for him. You are the one whose prayers cover him, whose patience speaks louder than her words, whose love is sanctified by heaven itself. But here's what God is warning you: if he doesn't let her go, if he doesn't choose you fully, if he continues to keep you in a space where your heart is unsettled, God will step in. God will remove you from his grasp to protect you. Because you are not meant to be in competition. You are not meant to live with half-love. You are not meant to walk around wondering why another woman's shadow keeps falling across your joy. God says you were born for a love that is pure, whole, devoted, and free of interference. God is saying to you now, don't ignore the signs. Don't ignore the little things you've noticed, the late responses, the unexplained silences, the lingering doubt in your chest. You're not imagining it. You're not paranoid. That's the Spirit of God alerting you that she's still there. And he doesn't reveal this to break your heart. He reveals it to protect you and to give you the wisdom to discern your next steps. The man loves you. That is true. But love is not enough if it is shared with shadows. God is pressing this truth into your heart. His love for you will not reach its fullness until he releases her completely. And that is the crossroad he is standing at now. He cannot carry both into his future. He cannot walk into destiny holding your hand and still glancing back at her. Heaven will not allow it. God says, you have to protect your heart right now. You have to guard your spirit. You have to know your worth so deeply that you refuse to settle for being half-chosen. God did not send you into this relationship to be tested endlessly by her presence. He sent you here to be loved fully. And if this man truly desires you, he will prove it by cutting away the ties that bind him to her. Don't try to fight her. Don't waste your energy watching her, comparing yourself to her, or trying to outshine her. That is not your battle. That is his battle. And God is saying, let him fight it. Let him decide. Because if he chooses you fully, you will feel it in your soul, the peace will return, the shadow will lift, the love will finally feel whole. But if he doesn't, God says he will give you the strength to walk away, and he will bring you someone who will never allow another woman to stand between you and his devotion. God says, he is with you in this storm. He sees your tears. He sees the way you've tried to be strong. He sees the nights you've held your pillow and wondered if you're enough. And he is declaring right now, you are enough. You have always been enough. Her presence does not reduce your value. Her presence does not lessen your worth. Her presence does not mean you are losing. It simply means he has work to do. This message is not here to scare you, it is here to prepare you. Because the coming days will reveal His choice. The coming days will show you if He is truly ready to honor the love He claims for you, or if He is still too weak to let her go. And God says, when the truth comes, don't run from it. Don't deny it. Accept it, because it is His way of leading you into what you deserve. God is begging you, don't ignore this. Don't skip over it and go back to pretending everything is fine. He says, my child, I am exposing this because I love you too much to let you stay blind. You deserve the fullness of love, not the fraction of it. You deserve to be chosen without hesitation. You deserve to be the only one, not the almost one. And God promises you this: if He truly loves you as deeply as He claims, He will feel heaven pressing on Him, He will feel the weight of your prayers, He will feel the shift in His soul, and He will choose you. But if He doesn't, God will protect you by moving you into something greater, something whole, something free of shadows. Don't give up on love. Don't close your heart. Don't let this situation convince you that love is dangerous. Love is divine when it is real. Love is pure when it is heaven-sent. And God has already written a story for you where you are fully loved, fully chosen, fully honored. This is the message God is delivering to you. Yes, He's in love with you. That is true. But she's still there because He hasn't yet broken free. And you, beloved, must not let her presence destroy your peace. Trust God. Wait on God. Let the truth unfold. And remember, your worth is not determined by whether He finally chooses. Your worth has already been sealed by the one who chose you before the foundation of the world. Don't run from this message. Don't dismiss it. God says, this is your confirmation. This is your warning. This is your protection. This is your truth. He loves you, but she's still there. And God says, don't close your heart yet, because this is only the beginning of what He is revealing to you. He says you have been standing in a storm of emotions, feeling torn between believing His love and fearing her presence. You have been asking in silence, why does this still hurt if He says He loves me? Why do I still feel her shadow if I am the one He says He wants? And God answers you now, because love without closure is not love in its fullness. God is uncovering this so you can see that your spirit has been fighting what your mind tries to deny. You know the truth in your heart. You feel it. And God says, don't suppress it anymore. The reason she is still there is not because you are lacking anything. God repeats this again, you are not lacking anything. It is because He has not had the courage to cut away what binds Him. Sometimes people hold on to the past because they fear emptiness. Sometimes they hold on to someone else because they want a backup plan. Sometimes they hold on because they don't know how to release old patterns. But none of these reasons justify the pain it causes you. None of these excuses are enough to make you carry the weight of another woman's shadow on your chest. God says, stop excusing what is breaking you. Stop covering for what is hurting you. Stop pretending you don't see what you see. God whispers, my child, I placed intuition inside of you for a reason. I let your spirit feel what the eyes cannot see. That ache you feel when his attention drifts, that heaviness in your chest when you sense her, that is not paranoia. That is my spirit alerting you. Do not silence it anymore. But here is the truth you need to hold: he does love you. His heart does lean toward you. The way he looks at you, the way he feels peace in your presence, the way he is restless without you, these are not lies. These are real. But love alone cannot build a future if another person is allowed to linger in the foundation. Love is not strong enough if it is divided. And God says, you deserve undivided love. She is still there because he is not healed yet. He is still fighting a war inside himself, between loyalty to the past and surrender to his future. He is still unsure whether to walk into the fullness of love or stay bound by familiarity. And God says, you cannot fight his battle for him. If you try to fight her out of his life, you will drain yourself. If you try to force him to choose, you will exhaust yourself. God says, your battle is not with her. Your battle is not even with him. Your battle is to stand in your worth and let me fight for you. You need to hear this clearly: her presence is temporary. It is not forever. It may feel heavy now, but it will not last. Because when God has chosen someone for you, no counterfeit can remain. When heaven has sealed your bond, no shadow can destroy it. But the waiting is painful because he has not yet surrendered fully. God says, you will see the truth unfold soon. The mask will fall. His actions will reveal what his words cannot hide anymore. But God also warns you, do not lose yourself waiting for him to choose. Do not let your entire world revolve around whether he keeps her or releases her. Because if he chooses wrongly, if he continues to leave the door open for her, God himself will close the door on him and pull you into a higher love. That is his promise. He will not leave you abandoned. God is begging you to trust him. Trust him enough to stop trying to control this. Trust him enough to stop obsessing over her presence. Trust him enough to let him work in the man's heart. Because only God can stir his conscience. Only God can wake him in the night with the truth of his divided heart. Only God can push him to make the choice he has been avoiding. And God says, don't run from your emotions right now. Your tears are not weakness. They are your soul cleansing itself from the poison of uncertainty. Every tear you've cried has been seen by heaven. Every ache in your chest has been heard. Not a single drop of your pain has gone unnoticed. And God says, I will redeem every tear. I will not allow this confusion to be the end of your story. God is exposing the truth because He is setting a timeline in motion. The days ahead will bring clarity. The fog will lift. And you will know whether His love is strong enough to sever her grip or whether God must pull you into a different destiny. But either way, you will not be left in shadows. This message is your light in the storm. This is God saying to you, hold on, my child, but hold on to me, not to the shadow of her presence. He says, do not fear. I am with you. I will not let you drown in this confusion. I will bring the truth to your doorstep. And when it comes, you will have peace. Don't try to escape these words. Don't say, I'll figure it out on my own. God says, you cannot fight this in your own strength. If you try, you will only break yourself. Surrender it to Him. Place it at His feet. Pray, God, if He is mine, remove her completely. If He is not mine, remove me from Him. And watch what happens. Because God says, the answer is already on its way. The clarity is already being written. The release is already coming. And soon, you will no longer be haunted by the presence of another woman in your love story. You will either be chosen fully, or you will be freed fully. Don't skip this message. Don't forget it. God says, this is His dermation, and this is God says lean closer, because what He is about to reveal will pierce through the fog in your heart. You've been carrying questions that you never dared to say out loud, but God heard them anyway. He heard you when you whispered in your pillow, if He loves me, why do I still feel like I'm competing with her? He heard you when you said, God, give me a sign if I should hold on or let go. And this is the sign. God is answering now, not in riddles, not in silence, but in a direct message that your spirit cannot ignore. The reason He loves you yet keeps her in His life is because He has not learned how to walk in truth without compromise. He wants the safety of your love and the comfort of what is familiar with her. But God says love is not safety alone, it is sacrifice. Love demands choosing one fully and letting go of all others. And right now, He is trying to live in two worlds at once. He tells you He loves you because He does. He keeps her because He has not yet surrendered. And God says this is the very weakness that is being exposed, because you cannot build a future on half choices. God says, my daughter, you are not meant to carry the pain of divided love. I did not form your heart to be treated as an option. I formed your heart to be cherished as the only one. That's why your soul feels heavy, that's why your chest tightens when you sense her presence, because heaven itself rejects this kind of divided affection. The spirit within you is sounding alarms. Don't call it paranoia. Don't brush it aside. That unease you feel is divine truth speaking to you. But here is what you must also hold on to: His love for you is real. You are not imagining His tenderness, His longing, His pull toward you. God says you are the one who carries His peace. You are the one His soul feels anchored in. You are the one who makes him feel alive. But his weakness is that he has not yet released the residue of another soul tied to him. And until he does, his love cannot manifest in fullness. God says, this is why you feel the push and pull. One moment he's all in, telling you he can't live without you, and the next moment you feel a shift, a hesitation, as though part of him is still elsewhere. That is the war inside his spirit. And you, beloved, cannot fight this war for him. If you try, you will only exhaust yourself. God says let him wrestle. Let him come face to face with his divided loyalty. Let him feel the weight of heaven pressing on him until he realizes he cannot serve two hearts, he cannot walk with one foot in the past and the other in his future. And God is promising you this, the decision will come soon. The longer he tries to juggle, the more restless his soul will become. The more he tries to keep you both, the more his peace will disappear. He may think he can balance it, but heaven will not allow him to rest until he chooses. God says, I myself am stirring him. I will not let him settle until the truth is revealed. You've been asking why God is allowing this pain. You've said, Lord, if you love me, why am I hurting like this? Why do you let her linger? And God answers, because I must expose what is hidden before you step deeper. I will not let you walk blind. I will not let you enter a future with a man who cannot choose you fully. I let you feel her presence not to torment you, but to protect you from deception. I love you too much to let you live in lies. This is why you cannot shake the feeling of her. God is keeping it in your awareness because He wants you to see clearly. He wants you to stand in truth, not illusions. And the truth is, He loves you, but He has not fully released her. That's the painful honesty. And once you accept that, you will stop blaming yourself, you will stop questioning your worth, and you will see that the issue lies in his inability to let go, not in your failure to be enough. God says you are enough. You have always been enough. Her presence is not proof that you lack, it is proof that he has not matured enough to honor what heaven placed in front of him. And God says, He will give him one more chance to choose wisely. He will give him the opportunity to prove his love by letting her go completely. But if he refuses, if he hesitates, if he keeps you living in the shadows of doubt, God Himself will close the door. Because you are His child, and He refuses to let you remain in the prison of uncertainty. You need to understand something very clearly. God will not allow your destiny to be delayed by someone else's indecision. If this man is truly meant for you, he will rise up, he will cut the ties, and he will choose you. But if he is too weak, too fearful, too attached to the past, then God will remove him and bring you someone who will never leave you guessing. That is His promise. But in this waiting, God says, don't lose yourself. Don't let your world revolve around watching him and her. Don't let your worth shrink to the level of his indecision. Hold your head high. Remember whose child you are. You are the daughter of the King, not a backup plan. You are royalty in the eyes of heaven, not an option on a list. Stop lowering your crown to make space for someone else's shadow. God says, your breakthrough is near. The truth is unfolding. Soon you will see it clearly, whether he is strong enough to let go of her and walk into destiny with you, or whether God must take him out of your path. Either way, you will be free. Either way, you will be protected. Either way, you will not remain in this torment. This is God's word, don't run from it. Don't dismiss it. Don't try to comfort yourself with lies. Face the truth. Accept the clarity. And trust that